This? No. On my channel, we fight in style. Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. It's going to be a bit of a special one. We're going to be looking at some exclusive merch that is handmade by the one and only Scarlette on Twitter. Or her shop is like Sra Ami's shop. But basically, I ordered a few things from her, and she sent me a lot more than I ordered just to show for you guys. So we're gonna go over a bunch of things, sort of in like some kind of categorical order. Once again, big thank you to Scarlette for sending me all of this, because it's honestly really amazing. I think I'd like to begin with one of my favorite things, I think, which are these acrylic figures, actually. So this one is Altmile, as well as Night Rose, so these are her two main like signature units essentially. I kind of want to say it's more Night Rose, but I think she likes them you know, equally as much. But these are really cool because normally you can have them as keychains, obviously, but they do come with stands, which is really nice. This one is like a pure kind of like sand color type, and then this one looks a little bit like a moon, so I kind of figured because it's Night Rose, I'd put her on the moon one. So I really like it. You can see a lot of the detail. It's blank on the other sides, but this is really nice. Like, I've had these by my bedstand for the last while, actually. So I really like these. It's probably one of my favorite things, honestly, because they're just so impressive looking. So we're gonna put those away. I do like to have them in the stands. I don't really put them down, you know, out of their little, like, the holders. So that's one thing. Then she sent me these stickers, and you already know what's going on. So these, the front one is at least is drawn by DifferentFight, who is one of my favorite artists in our community. And these are actually foil too. Like, if you can kind of see, there's this little like pattern here you can see on the fist, I think. You see that? Yeah. So these are stickers. I might honestly put one of them on my laptop or something, because it looks really cool and I'd love to rep it. So it's really awesome. So it just, oh, I love the shading on it. I love, like, that guy's chest piece is like in the background, which I really like. So that one's really cool. Then we have one for Dayusha as well, which has his sort of chest piece in the background as well. But his, like, I love the shading on the hand, if you can kind of see that. It looks really nice. And just all of it looks so good. Like, I love, like, the shading on the face as well, and like the sword and everything, and it's also obviously foil. So these two are drawn by DifferentFight, so they're really nice. Now these ones are drawn by Scarlette herself. So we have a Victor one, which is also really nice. I think Victor fans, you know, like myself, would appreciate this. It also has some foiling on it, as you can see. At least I think it does, although I'm not too sure. Yeah, anyway, so this is the Victor one, so it's also really nice. And then the two Gabriel ones. So there's one, I believe this is the Stride one, since she has the, at least I think it's one of the Stride ones, because normally the blade, actually let's just pull it out and take a look. Like, give me a second. Is it? I think, I want to say that it's this form, but I'm not too sure anymore. Because of this, like, you know, the way that these blades are pointed back, I want to say that's why, but I'm not exactly sure, so I'll put her away for now. But anyway, so there's that, and there's this one, like, face one, so I really like it as well. So to add to my Gabriel merch collection, really. And then we have this one Daikaiser face. I'm pretty sure that she drew this, because you can kind of see, like, the difference in, like, how here there's, like, the shadow around the, or like the black parts around the eyes, and then here it's a bit smaller. So it's sort of like, I think with that difference I can tell. I didn't ask who the artist of each one is, but so, you know, that's from my guesses. So these are the stickers, and I really like them. So I'm pretty sure I'll put a couple of them on my laptop or something. I haven't really decked out my laptop as much as I would like to, so, you know, this is going to be a good start to that. Yep, so, closing that up. I'll just leave it there. Now, I guess we can go over the dice, although there's one other thing I want to go over because I might forget it, which is in this, like, you know, envelope. But these are postcards, and these are also from a collab between Scarlette and DifferentFight, because I think he drew the actual character designs, but I think she drew the backgrounds, if I'm not mistaken. So this one is, you know, Night Rose and Altmile on the, you know, on the seas, let's say. Then this one is my favorite. Well, I think for context, this one would make more sense to show first. And it's also glittery, like you can see it's a little bit foily. I'm not sure if it shows on camera though. Oh, I think, there you go, you can see it a little bit. So yeah, this is also really cool. So Night Rose and Altmile out drinking, also very nice. And then the aftermath of, you know, that. And then you see this little like foiling, that's actually the foiling. It's not just like a reflection, but actual foiling on the postcard. So you can see Altmile puking, which is always nice. So yeah, got these 3 postcards from their little collab. So that's really, really nice. I'll just put them over here. Or we can set them like this maybe. Yeah, let's put it like that. Then I want to go over the dice because there are a lot of different ones, and there are some that I ordered, you know, properly, and a lot that she gifted. So I'm going to set them down and go over each one. The biggest one here is the D12, and this one has an Altmile on it. So I didn't order this one, but it's really nice because I don't actually have a D12, so it's really cool. So it's like, it's your standard size, I want to say, for a D12. Or I think I've had a D20, which was the same size as well, so it's fairly big in comparison. Like, if you compare it to any other dice, it is, you know, arguably fairly big. So there's that one with the Altmile. This is the recent Altmile too, so that's like the design of it. Then we have a few of the unique dice that I didn't directly order, but she sent out of her kind heart. So we have this one, which is the Night Rose one. So you can see Night Rose's design at the top. And then this is for power. So you can see it goes from, you know, just the basic symbol to +5, +10, +2k, +3k, and the +10k. So yeah, and then you have Night Rose, and yeah, so that's the Night Rose dice. Let's put that there. Then you have the same power counters, but with Asha here. So it's Asha's older form, it's not the new blue Asha. Then we have one with Thabas, and I'm gonna gift this one, and I think you can guess who I'm gonna gift it to. There's the Aquaforce clan symbol. And I'm adjusting the lighting here a little bit because it's a bit bright. So you can see Aqua, like Thabas +3, +2, +5, +4, and then the Aquaforce symbol and the crypt symbol. So that's also really nice. And then the last one is for Altmile, and this is the more basic form of Altmile, and again it's just with the power counter. So really, really cool. Moving along, we have a few Dimension Police dice, so let me just separate them. There is one that's different from the rest of the pack, which is this one. So it's the different kind of shape, but it does have the Dimension Police logo, as you can see. And then this is for higher power counters, so +4, +8, +12, +16, 20, 24, and 28. So really nice. I really like this one. And yeah, so just like with the DP logo on it, trying to find it now. There it is. So we can put that one down. Then we have these DP ones, and I think one of them is different, which I think is not this one. This one. This one actually has a Daikaiser head on it, so that's really, really cool. So this one is for crits. So it's got the DP logo, the Daikaiser logo, and then it's got, I think this is for +1 crit, and then +2, +3, +4, +5. And I think, you know, one of these can be +6, basically. So really, really cool crit counter for Daikaiser. I think that's quite fitting. And then these 3 are just basic dice with, like, you know, numbers on them without any like K or crit, and it has the DP logo on top. So these are just your basic dice, but with a DP logo. So I really like those. And then we have ones for angels, and so this one has the angel feather logo at the top, and then with power counters. So same as this Dimension Police one. So just for angel feather, which is basically my like second/third main clan, so that's part of the reason why. Now you notice that one of these does have a slightly more bright color because it's with a Gavriel design. So this is a Gavriel dice, and it's for power counter. So 3, 5, 10, 2, and well, plus crit and plus like, you know, whatever power you want to determine the face to be. And then these ones are, oh no, these ones also have the Gavriel face. They're just a little bit less bright, but that's also really cool. So these ones have all three of them have the Gavriel face, and they're just power counters. So I think for angel feathers, you want the power counter a bit more than normal. So I think, yeah, so these are the dice. I'll leave them as they are, but now we have a lot of other stuff to still go over. Like, trust me, this is a lot of stuff. I'll go over some of the other keychains that we have here. Now, you'll notice that, okay, first I'll show you this one, which is Night Rose in a kimono, which is really, really nice. So I like this one a lot. Like, I'm personally a really big fan of Night Rose, so like I appreciate any Night Rose merch. Like, I never built a deck, but for me it's like, it's really, really cool. Now this one I know is also part, I'm going to remove the foil so you can see the art better, but I know that this one is also part of a collab, but I feel bad about not remembering who the artist is, so I'm going to leave it here, you know, the subtitle basically. So this is of Azel, so really cool, also part of the collabs. And then we have a lot more to go, like we have this whole stack. But before that, I'm going to show you some of the pins she sent. So, you can just take those. These are all mostly from collabs as well, from what I've been told. So, now this one is also from the DifferentFight collab, so it's the same one as the poster that you see, so just as a pin. Then, we have one of Christmas Luard. I think she drew this one herself, if I'm not mistaken, because I do recognize her style. I'm pretty sure this is. So this is a Christmas Luard. You can see it's Luard because of the little braid on the right. So there's that to give it away. Then, again, I'm gonna leave the artist's name as a little title here, but this is Trumpeter, so also very nice. And the last one, I know this one Scarlette made herself, and it's a really nice one, which is just a Victor face pin. I know she had a Laurel one too, but I forgot to order it, so I really like this one. I'm personally, like, I think Laurel is a cool unit, but like his face, or like his helmet doesn't stand out to me as much, but you know, this one is really, really nice. And then the final batch of stuff, which is still a lot, and I accidentally dropped one of them, which is mostly just keychains. So the first two that are obviously the main show for me are the Dayusha and Daikaiser ones. So these ones look so good, like they pop, and they have the DP logo on the back as well, but like these designs really pop at you. Like I love it so much, so I actually want to use these because like I want to use them, but I don't want to damage them. So that's like, I might just hang them up somewhere in my room so they can actually, like, I can look at them all the time, but I don't damage them by attaching them to my bag. So they are keychains, as you can see from this, so it's really, really cool. So I love these ones the most, honestly, and I think it's understandable why I do. So we can put those down there. Now we can go into the other things. Like I said, there is a lot of stuff in here. So we can go over this, which is a slightly different one. I don't want to take it out of the package, but this is a Luard keychain, but it's more like a pendant keychain. So yeah, it's got the Shadowpattern logo and Luard's, you know, little design over there. So that's one of the things. And then we have this one, which I can take out of the wrapping, which is a Victor keychain. So I'm going to take off the foiling again. These foils are just like applied to protect the thing during transit. So this is the Victor keychain. So honestly, really cool. A lot of detail on it as well, which I really like. On the back, yeah, you can see the foiling, but you can also see the Norvergrappler symbol. So yeah, I love the colors, the detail, everything about it is really nice. It is fairly smaller compared to these ones, so they are fairly bigger in my opinion. So we can put them here. This part of the mat is a bit lonely. And then the final one, which I have to also take out of the foil, is one of our signature keychains, I want to say, which is Night Rose and Old Mile. So I'll take off the foil from one of the sides. And here you can see, so this is the latest Night Rose stride together with the latest Old Mile stride, essentially. So really, really cool design. It's awesome that they're both on there together. And you know, their pose is also quite similar, you know, just in general, not just on this, but like in general, the way they pose and like their weapons and everything are quite similar. So it's really, really nice. So this one is huge. Like even compared to the Daikaiser one, I think like in terms of length, the Daikaiser one is a little bit longer, but like in terms of like height, this one is a bit longer. So you know, just a quick comparison. But I think this one is overall like more of like a block, so it's sort of like, you know, pops like that. So really, really, really nice. So if you like what you see, honestly, I really, really recommend picking something up. Because like all of this stuff, like she sells it for fairly cheap, and honestly, like if you have any demands, like for example how, you know, this one has like crits on it, but like the others have like power on it, you can tell her, you can just private message her and tell her like, yeah, I want power counters on these dice, but I want critical counters on these dice, and you know, she will make it for you, at least, you know, to the extent of my knowledge. But so honestly, these are really amazing. Like I said, these are probably my favorites. Like I'd love to pick up more of these, like for different units, because like Night Rose and Old Mile are really, really cool. So it'd be nice to like have a Gavriel one like this, for example. That'd be really amazing. Or, you know, I think, you know, Thavas fans might enjoy a Thavas one. You know, a Daikaiser one would be nice too. Even with this, like as a acrylic figure, I would love to have that. So honestly, this is one of the coolest things for me. Like, you guys know that I'm a big fan of this sort of like unofficial Vanguard merch. So I'm a really, really big fan of it. So if you do like what you see, make sure you pick one up for yourself, essentially. I'm going to have a link to her shop in the description. It's going to be a Facebook shop, essentially. And, you know, if you want anything, you just private message her and tell her, like, yeah, I want this much of this, and stuff like that. And then shipping and everything will be calculated for you, and, you know, estimated delivery times and all that stuff. So that's going to be it for me today. Don't forget to, once again, check out Scarlette's shop, as well as check out my social media in the description, as well as her Twitter in the description, which I will put in there, so you can follow her art and whatnot as she posts it. And on top of that, do join my Discord channel if you haven't already. But on that note, that's going to be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.